Titles, go.
Stinkfinger.
Old Man Jack.
Everything is Blurrg.
Goofy Freak.
8 by 10 pie.
Bestiality Minute.
Hashtag, let's ride, Butches.
Man Child DeLorean.
Scalping.
Live by quotes.
A bad experience at a Mexican restaurant.
4 yahoos in the parking lot.
My buddy Emily.
About to get Deliveranced.
Hey.
All right, let's do this.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
Corbs.
I'm Kev.
I'm Jack.
Old Man Jack. Guys, what's got you geeked?
All right. So it could have been the fact that I discovered dark chili powder today. Has anyone here ever heard of dark chili powder?
No.
Oh my God. Made some chili with it. I saw it on the shelf. I'm like, I wonder what that's like. I bought it. Total game changer. Not going to go into detail beyond that, but it's fucking amazing. It makes regular chili powder taste like crap. Anyway, I could be geeked about hopefully, getting the school to put some programs in place to stop people from beating on my kid, because last week a boy punched Avery in the face 3 times and gave her a black eye. I don't know what it is that's making all these boys at her school treat her like, Jonathan Majors on a first date, but I'm getting fucking sick of it. But, we're finding,
You
what?
can't make us to try to be angry and then throw something like that in there.
It was on purpose. What good does your anger do in this situation? It's fine. I know y'all feel for me. I don't know what to do, because you can't really press charges against an 11-year-old.
Right.
But what really legitimately does have me geeked, and probably would have been it last week, is haven't the past couple days, but last week, you guys know I went fishing. I sent some pictures to you guys. I went fishing 5 days in a row.
Wow.
That's cool.
It was really awesome to jump back into it. It's been a while, and really enjoyed it. I took Avery a number of times. She actually, the last time we went, she caught 3 fish. I didn't catch a thing. So we're getting, which is fine. We're getting her into it. She really enjoys it. So hopefully it's going to be something we're all going to spend the summer doing.
Wait a minute. Is that really where the black eye came from?
Yes, that's really where the black eye came from.
I told you to put your own worm on your own fucking hook, you goddamn kid.
Like that's ever going to happen.
Right.
Fishing with Hugh, Avery, and the black guy.
No, black eye, not black guy.
not
Jesus
black.
Christ, Jack. But
Censored.
What the hell?
But you know what I want to know? Well, I mean, I did bring up Jonathan Majors, so I guess. What I want to know is, when did they change the worms?
Jack.
When did they change the worms? The worms I bought, the soil is incredibly black and it stains your fingers. I don't remember it being like that in the past. They also have garlic scented worms now. You can buy garlic night crawlers. Yeah.
Just in case you get hungry?
Yeah.
No, apparently it's like a stink bait. The fish really love it. So I don't know. I'm probably going to try those next. I mean, for fishing. I'm going to try them for fishing next.
Put some dark of that chili powder on those worms.
It's probably compost. The soil is probably compost.
Maybe. I mean, I know there's food in there for them. I just don't understand why literally I have to come home and scrub my fingers with like rubbing alcohol or something to get the stains out.
Somebody
Something
else
to get rid of those shit
food.
fingers.
Shitty fingers.
So much good stuff we can't use for titles.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm writing down
Oh.
stink finger.
But yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
All right. So I'm like what Hugh said. Like I just literally looked at last week's stuff. I was like, all right, save it for another week. So that's what has me geeked. It was my birthday a couple weeks ago. It was pretty awesome. That Thursday, my laboratory manager, she made authentic Chinese noodles. Oh, so good. Those were really good, and a chocolate peanut butter pie from my colleagues. And they got me an 8x10 picture of the
pie?
city of the city of Syracuse. So it was kind of cool, cool little historical blueprint. So I thought that was kind of neat. Parents got me some ravioli, homemade ravioli. My mom makes really good food. Shit, it was amazing. With they also got me a cooking set because I've been really getting back into my cooking a little bit, like a new pots and pans set, which is awesome. And then my sisters and her boyfriend got me a signed Donovan McNabb jersey. So I have the Dawkins jersey, but I also have the signed Brian Dawkins jersey as well. So called Legends Corner, which I know Corbs, you would like that as well, which is really neat. We went to see a movie, but I'll wait for the "What are you watching?" segment to share that, which will be really cool. Emily treated me to a dinner at Francesca's. Have you guys ever been to Francesca's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So she's like, get whatever you want. So got the chicken riggies hot, which is amazing, and she got linguine with clam sauce, and we split the Utica greens. And Emily doesn't like to drink, so she said, "Do you want anything special to drinks?" Usually I get water with all the meals, but got 3 or 4 glasses of Josh wine, which is really, really good. You can't go wrong with that. And last but not least, it was Easter Sunday. So my sister, mom, dad, and I, Easter tradition for our family, which is really weird. But for 15 straight years, we've been watching Jesus Christ Superstar. So this is like this is a tradition my family has done for years. We drink mimosas and we do that. And then we went to Daniella's Seafood and Steakhouse for Easter and got all sorts of, oh my God, so much good food all the weekend. It was really good. But what that has me geeked it was my birthday, but honestly, just spending time with my girlfriend and family and friends, and it was really good. And back with you guys.
I just have an observation, and mind you, this is coming from the guy that dressed up as Doctor Who and went to school. What I got from that whole story was that you're such a fucking nerd. People bought you blueprints for your birthday.
This is called Geek Pod for a reason.
I guess so. I guess so.
No, it was awesome though. It was really good to spend the time with them and just good times all around.
Outstanding.
And yeah, Emily got me some cool stuff for my birthday, like an Eagles snow hat, some Skittles and Reese's cups, and the dinner was really special as well.
Good. I'm glad your birthday was good.
Francesca's was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Better than Possibilities. Possibilities,
Yes.
I feel, is way overrated.
Way overrated.
The only problem
Francesca's is a nice
go ahead.
little secret. Just don't be telling people about it.
Right. The only problem, I have one problem with Francesca's, but I love it. It's 9.9 out of 10, is the parking. It's always hard to find. Yeah. But other than that, it's really
the one
good.
in the city, right? Because isn't there a Francesca's in Liverpool too?
There is, but the one in the city is the one.
Yeah, their parking sucks.
Yes.
Sorry,
it's right by
Francesca's. Yeah.
No, it's right by Biscotti's, which is, but it's like hard to find parking. But like Emily called them in advance, told them it was my birthday. Like, oh, happy birthday! We'll get, and they actually had a reserved spot for us, which was really cool.
Pretty much anything in Little Italy is fucking amazing. There's I found out about a bakery down there that the Super Salad next door to where we work, they get their bread from there, and I can't wait to. The time I work and when I'm downtown, I can never stop into it. I can't wait to stop in there and get some stuff from there. You can't go wrong in Little Italy.
No,
this is true. Corbs?
For me, Sunday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody. Everybody have a birthday.
Everyone's fucking old.
Everyone's old. So like Jack, my family took me out to dinner. We went to Joey's, and so I went over to Joey's over at Carrier Circle. So it was a good time. Just 8 of us. It was my dad and my stepmom, my mom, my sister, Peg Leg Pete, and then my son, and then Kelly and myself. So we just hung out, laughing, telling stories like we always do when we get together. I did get a gift. My stepmom bought me a cookie jar.
Uh-oh. It sounds like a large one from the way it's scraping along.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Man, that's goofy.
That's fucking goofy. Oh, sorry. Can't use that either.
So you guys probably don't. You guys probably don't know that I'm a goofy freak.
Kind
We
of
pretty much figured you were a goofy freak. I mean, that's just...
I mean,
I've been a fan of Goofy since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I had goofy stuff. I had a Goofy stuffed animal from the time I was like 2 until I think I finally wore out. And
6 months ago.
No.
Last Tuesday, Paul. Give him a break. All right.
Right. So, but I was young when it did that, and I had to have another one. So I kept, I would buy one every couple of years or whatever. I had a Goofy lamp.
But why Goofy and not Pluto?
I don't know. They're both dogs. I don't understand it. I'm afraid of Pluto. I had a Goofy lamp where you pull the thing and turn the light on. I pulled it once and it broke. So don't know where Goofy. I got it as a gift for my birthday. Don't know where I got it from. My dad didn't have the receipt for it, so couldn't return it. So I actually still have the lamp in the styrofoam container. I've never taken it out.
There's no pull string?
Nope. Pull the damn nose and it doesn't turn on.
Pretty.
How come Goofy can talk but Pluto can't?
Pluto is Goofy's dog.
No, that's Mickey's dog.
Pluto is Mickey's dog.
Well, but
Pluto's everybody's dog. Let's get it right.
Pretty much.
Well, you know why Mickey broke up with Minnie, right? She was fucking Goofy.
I think you just stole your bit, Corbs. That was definitely a dad joke.
Bestiality minute for the evening.
Wait, they're both animals. That's not bestiality.
But Corbs, do you have like why you like Goofy though? Like, did you watch the cartoons a little bit, or you couldn't? Okay,
could not tell you why. But when I went to Disney World when I was in 8th grade, it was one of those things where like I had to seek out Goofy in 8th grade. Like I didn't understand it, but I had to go seek Goofy. I don't know. I can't tell you why.
Probably because you both had the same laugh.
Are you sure you went to see the Masters and you didn't go down to Florida to see Goofy?
Look,
he doesn't remember the Masters.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Augusta, Georgia, that golf course is Disney World for golfers. And I'll explain it more in my sports segment.
But was it Goofy?
Oh no. It was not Goofy. It was fucking green.
Lots of green.
Real nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was nice. And Hugh's right. I don't remember the first 2 days.
It's not a bad thing. Always.
In the world of snowboarding and skateboarding, being Goofy means you're right foot forward.
Goofy foot, yes.
All right. So.
All right. Kev, I guess it's your turn.
Something. Yeah. No, I'm just happy that the good weather's here. Got out over the weekend, and
you did.
Getting out here some more. Yep, had a lot of fun. Got out with some friends and a buddy of mine on his brand new motorcycle, and another friend of mine I didn't get a chance to ride with much at all last year. Doing family stuff, he was. No, we had a really good time, and got a chance to stretch the legs on the big KTM. And no, I'm just happy that riding season's here and camping season. Getting back into camping and riding the bike to different places and spend the night and ride somewhere else or spend the night.
So are you gonna do? You're gonna ride and camp?
Yep.
Throw
Yep.
like
Used
a
to-
10 on-
Yeah, got all that stuff. I've had it for years. Kathy and I used to do a bunch of that stuff. We did everything. We rode the motorcycle, camped, we'd pack stuff in the car, we'd go hike, do all sorts of shit. So we had camping gear. It's all we used to do. Got away from it for a while. I tried to get back into it, and I found out that I really don't like sleeping on the ground anymore.
Yeah, I
But,
think we
there's
talked
some
about
new-
this earlier. A
Yeah,
couple episodes
there's
ago.
some new stuff out there. Yep, and it's it lets me do this again, so I'm pretty happy about it.
And that's
The
awesome.
weather's good, and we're back at it. So
Nice.
I do want to, since you brought it up, I do want to ask you about these hashtags you were throwing out for your thing. You were really excited about riding Butch. Who are the Butches?
Yeah, let's ride, Butches. So yeah,
Oh God.
I've also got this problem with my eyes. I really can't see my phone very well. So I
Need the big one.
try to type interesting things, and unfortunately,
No, you succeeded. You made it more interesting.
I made it
And
more interesting.
And I
You know
was
what?
nice enough to
That's
leave it
fine.
off of your social media. I did
That's-
not give you shit on it there.
That's
so-
fine. That's fine.
So-
That's if I made somebody smile, that's all I was after.
So I haven't heard what has Paul geeked yet.
Well,
But
we
so
haven't gotten
tonight's
there.
episode is no, I know, no, but what I'm getting at is like tonight is about dark chili powder, ravioli, Goofy, and Butch so far.
And Butches.
Paul's happy he's conscious.
Yes. That's a WTF right there.
Helped.
Well, because there hasn't been much this week that's really had me geeked with what you guys are referring to. But I am pretty geeked about my Easter gift my wife got me.
Okay.
I gotta finish it. There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is one of the funniest shirts I've ever gotten. Kevin,
I
you
don't
seem confused.
understand it. I don't understand it. It's
All right.
pandas and the WWF.
Yes, well, because the WWF is the World Wildlife Fund,
Or foundation. something.
Foundation.
Oh.
and
Wildlife Fund.
that is why World Wrestling Entertainment is no longer World Wrestling Federation. The animal WWF sued successfully, right? The WWF, the McMahon House, and made them change it. So they changed it to WWE. Their logo is this panda here. I'm not trying to rub myself. I'm trying to this one down here, this guy. And so it's a play on their thing when the
With a
panda
panda with
steel
a chair. Yeah,
Yes.
with a steel chair. Yeah.
Yes. I like it lots.
There's nothing on the back.
Just black. Just more black.
That's clever though.
More racist BS. You guys are going to get us all in trouble.
You know what? It's all in black and white. It's fine. Put it out there.
That was good.
I
That
don't
was
see
good.
color anymore.
No, you don't see any less either, do you?
No.
Okay. But since you guys brought it up, we might as well hit it now. Here's our WTF file for the week. So I texted all of you guys, Saturday, right?
Yeah,
A little
I
foggy
think
on it.
so.
We had a little incident that, I wasn't expecting to have any more of. But coming out of my shed in my backyard, it's a low hanging one. And I was bent down, as you should be, and ran my head directly into the top of the entryway. Didn't think much about it, cursed, went like that, and pulled back a handful of blood. Didn't take long from there for things to start getting fuzzy, and thought processes weren't so great. So I realized pretty fucking quick that here comes concussion number 6. So I've been kind of functioning partially since then. I honestly don't even remember texting you guys about it. I know I sent you the picture that Kristen took, right?
Yeah.
Of the part of my scalp hanging off the top of the shed.
Yeah.
Hair
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah.
Is it still on the shed or is it?
No, I plucked it off of there Sunday, and I was like, yeah.
I'm thinking, what the hell was this?
Right? Who are you?
It's just wait. It's flapping in the wind.
Legitimately, it was. It was nasty.
Fuck.
If you left it there long enough, I'm sure a raccoon or a squirrel would have ate it. but-
Probably. So, and this happened on a weekend that I've been trying to redo Madison's closet. We needed to repaint it, put new stuff up. So it did not fail that the entire time I was in there painting and stuff, I kept bumping my head at least 7 more times. So I'm much better than I was now. I did feel like I was buffering for a while. I had some issues earlier this week where I had to call my boss and tell him what happened because I was afraid people were going to call and report in about me acting fucking weird. Because I was I was explaining very simple things. And the process that I was trying to explain to this guy on the phone, I completely lost it. And it's literally like those memes you see where you see the person and they just go dead face and it does the buffering symbol. Because that's where I was. I was just and it went on for 45 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God, I found the words and I had to tell the guy on the phone. And he's just like, okay, thanks. He hung up on me. So yeah, it was good times. But I found out today though that my boss had already found out about my concussion though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, that's been my week. It was good enough the first day and a half that I couldn't even bend down to do anything because literally I would just keep going. I face planted a few times Saturday night and I didn't even drink.
I'm gonna buy you a helmet.
That seems to be a prevailing theory.
I got
now,
mail.
too.
I got mail.
Yay!
Oh.
Staying by the dime.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's been my week, yeah. And before cameras started rolling here, I gave everybody the view of the head. So how was it, guys? Is it a pretty good one?
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Nice scalping.
Yes.
Yeah, if I saw
That
it
was
right,
good.
it was this way,
Yep.
right? Which I didn't expect. I expected it to be like
Yeah.
this.
Nope. Across the crown of the head. Yeah, I don't know if
That's
you guys
gonna
could
leave
tell
a
from the
mark.
picture now, but it was at least an inch and a half long. So it was good times.
Yeah. No, like you did before we went on air. I'll keep it short, but like I tweaked my neck over the weekend, and I literally, I just woke up Sunday, just took a stretch. I'm like, a couple of weeks into being 35. I'm like, and then it just like snapped. And then Emily looks at me, and is like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "I can't move my neck."
Get the hose.
And like I had my lidocaine on icy hots all day. Like I'm helping customers. I'm like, "Do you need help finding something?" It's like I'm in pain. So I go home. I'm like, "No, I can do it."
Jack, you'll get used to it. If it's a regular injury, eventually it'll happen. You'll be like, "Oh fuck, this is going to be a fun day," and you'll just be fine. I mean, it'll hurt like hell, but your tolerance for that
You get used
specific
to it.
injury, yeah.
Yeah.
Just typical.
I have
just like
so many of those things that every single day when I get out of bed, they let me know just how old I am, and it's like, oh, whatever.
I know,
You get
but
to
I didn't
our point
expect
though, where you feel that and you're like, "Yep, I'm still alive."
Those
Good
aches and
point.
pains, they let you know.
You do. But you shouldn't yell at customers. I don't think that was good that I
Don't
did that
do
a
that.
couple times. Okay, I
Fuck
didn't
them.
mean
Some
to.
of them need it.
They actually do.
This is true. All right, so let's move it on, guys. Is anybody playing any video games this week?
Been too busy fishing.
Gone
Yep.
fishing.
I'm not. I've had no time. And
You
were
are you
outside.
sure? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure. I
You
don't.
played one of them. You got up to level 4, DDO.
Yes. That was last week before I fucking cold cocked myself. All right, so let's move it on from that. I guess that means it's time for Kev's tabletop review.
All right. So this week, I'm actually going to play a game with you guys. Now, let me explain to you first where this comes from. Have you ever been with friends, family,
Yes.
hold on. Road trip or just hanging out and just said, hey, let's play a trivia game. And then go online, somebody goes on their phone and finds some trivia questions to find out who knows most about a particular topic. Now, what my friends and I do, normally it's Kathy and maybe my Uncle Rob and myself and maybe one or two other people, is we'll do Star Wars trivia. So somebody will look up, like Kathy will look up, she'll look up the some quiz online, some page that has a bunch of questions on it, and we'll just go down through it. And she won't look at the answers, but we'll all try to get the answers and see who's right and wrong. Today, what I found for you guys is I found some Mandalorian trivia, and it's kind of mostly okay. If you've watched any of this story at all, you probably know 95% of these answers. So we're going to play along, and what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to read the multiple choice answers unless you need them. I'm going to let everybody just go ahead and answer, and if somebody gets it, I'll just move on to the next question. And trust me when I say these things are fun. If you haven't done it before, you should. And here's why.
It does not cover the last episode, right?
It does not.
Okay.
No, this is like the first couple seasons.
Okay.
Maybe season 1, maybe into season 2. Okay, so it's going to be about 30 questions. We're going to go through them real quick because I'm not going to make you guys, do the whole everybody answer, all that kind of stuff. So just kind of answer, just everybody take a shot at it, okay? When does The Mandalorian take place?
No.
Just say it.
5 years after Return of the Jedi.
That's right. What is the Mandalorian's armor made of? Anyone else?
Okay,
Beskar.
Beskar, yeah. Okay. Good job. In the first episode of The Mandalorian, Mando's mithril bounty mentions trying to get home for what holiday?
But I'll let somebody else go.
I don't think you can.
Oh,
Okay.
Durin's Day, Life Day, Colonial Day, or Freedom Day?
Freedom Day?
Nope.
Life Day.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The only other time that was mentioned before this was in the
Holiday special.
That's fine. Yeah.
What is the name of the Mandalorian ship? His first one.
Slave One?
No,
No, you're not
that's-
allowed to say that.
That's it. That's a good guess, though. That's Boba Fett's.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know, but I'm trying to give other people a
Go ahead.
chance.
No, just go ahead. Just throw them out
Go
there.
ahead.
The Razor Crest.
Yep, Razor Crest. Yep. What did the fans name the child? So this is early on.
Baby Yoda?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda. What creature does Mando learn to ride on Arvala 7?
Bacta?
No.
Nope.
No.
And this is where the ding ding isn't helping me because I know this and I can't come up with the name
The
of it right
Ding
now.
Ding.
Describe it.
It's the two-legged lizard-looking fucker.
That's right. It's a Blurrg.
Thank you.
All right.
Everything is a Blurrg right now. Isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What bounty hunter does the Mandalorian team up with to capture the child?
That's Boba Fett.
No.
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 Let me give you some answers.
Okay.
Is it Cad Bane? Is it Bosk? Is it HK-47? Or is it IG-11?
Oh.
IG-11.
That's right. What does Mando trade with the Jawas who stripped his ship?
I just don't want to be the guy that jumps in on every question.
He had to go and kill the Mudhorn.
To get it.
Get
Furry egg.
the egg. Yep.
That's right.
What is Queel fond of saying? May the force be with you. I have spoken. It is finished. So say we all.
I know it's not the last one.
Live
Anyone?
long and prosper. I have spoken.
That's right.
Such a
All
fucking
right.
nerd.
Who ambushes Mando after he rescues the child from the Imperial laboratory?
Isn't that woman? What's her name?
Black
Cara
woman? No.
Cara Dune? Cara Dune? No.
Nope, that's not correct. So he's in the Imperial stronghold. They've got the cloning going on. He rescues, They took the child. Well, he'd given the child over to the Imperials. They took the child there. Now he rescues him out of there. Gets back to the city in Navarro.
Mm-hmm. It's Grief Karga and the other
Right.
bounty hunters.
That's right. Where does Mando consider leaving the child?
With Luke or something. With
In
Luke,
the car
yeah.
with the windows up.
Okay, let me give you the possible answers. Okay. Sorgan, Nog, Alderaan,
Gesundheit.
or Kashyyyk.
Hey,
Yeah,
Sorgan. That's
Yeah.
right. Alderaan doesn't exist anymore. And Kashyyyk is where the Wookiees are from. I don't know what Nog
Okay.
is. But Sorgan was the forest planet. The
Yes,
swamp
with the
swampy
like the hippie
foresty
chick.
planet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Mando I gotta pick that one. Who does Mando meet in the Mos Eisley Cantina? Let me give you the possibilities. So he's in Mos Eisley, right? He's in the cantina. This is the famous city
Yeah.
that Luke went to. Same
Yep.
cantina,
Mhm.
right? Only now it's all run by
droids.
droids.
I know the actress.
Is it Fennec Shand, Pelimoto, Cara Dune, or Toro Calican? Who did you think it was? You said you knew the actress.
I thought it was the person who played Jennifer. Jennifer Beals was the actress, I think.
Mm-mm.
That's okay. You're
She was in
a couple
Flashdance.
seasons after this. This is early on. This is the
Okay.
first season.
With those answers, I think I know who it is now, but you actually got me on this one.
Okay.
Isn't it the guy that had his arm cut off? Doesn't he pop up at some point?
Hondo Baba?
I don't know. The guy that got his
The guy
arm
that-
cut off in
yeah.
the cantina in the
Obi-Wan
first Star
cuts his
Wars
arm
movie.
off.
Ooh, there's some history coming back at us right there. That's not the guy, but no, that's a pretty cool answer.
It's Pelimoto.
Nope. I can't believe you didn't get this one, Paul.
So,
I struggled with it because the guy was only there for one season or one episode. Toro Calican.
And
Okay.
who, I don't even remember that character. That's
He was the guy that
Oh,
looked like
the
Han
bounty hunter.
Solo.
Yes.
Pretty much everybody was saying, "Oh, they're just repeating the whole episode." Blah blah blah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
they're pretty-
You're right.
Yep. Which character is a former rebel shock trooper?
Zeb?
Cara Dune,
Oh.
Ranzar Melk, Grief Karga, or Pelimoto? Rebel shock trooper.
Grief
I know.
Anyone take a guess?
Is it
I
Grief
can't even
Karga?
pronounce those names. So
Cara Dune, Ranzar Melk, Grief Karga, or Pelimoto?
I say Grief Cargo.
Paul?
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune, yeah.
During the first episode of The Mandalorian, what creature is seen roasting on a spit? I'll give you a second hint. There's also,
it's the little creature that Jabba the Hutt had, isn't it?
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know what
it
it's
is.
called.
The spider monkey. The Kolakian spider monkey.
monkey lizard. Yep.
Yes.
Who betrays the Mandalorian after he rescues the Twi'lek Quinn? Mayfield, Blurrg, Xian, all of these.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep. It
But
was
especially
the entire,
Bill Burr. Yes.
Yeah, it was the entire
The
whole
crew. Yeah.
What did the scout troopers do to the child after killing Queel? Got him in a bag,
Mhm.
sitting on a bluff. Do they punch it, feed it, change its
They
diaper, or tickle
No, they
it?
punch it. They punch it because Jason
Mhm.
Sudeikis punches it.
That's right.
Punched him in the dirt
Yeah.
star.
Yeah. Queel reprograms IG-11 as a
Nanny.
nurse droid. Yep. Which
Manny.
character removes the Mandalorian's helmet?
Bill Burr's character, right?
No. Before that.
Oh.
Yep, this is-
IG-11
Yep. Yeah, IG-11. That's right.
to
That's right.
heal him.
Yep.
To
What
doctor him up.
What creature serves as the Mandalorian's signet? So early
You
on,
referenced it earlier.
the armorer said, I'm gonna make you, your pauldron. We'll emblazon it with your signet. But the Mandalorian says, I have not chosen one yet. I have not found one encountered, whatever. Now he does. Is it a Blurrg, a Tauntaun, a Mudhorn, or a Dewback?
A Mudhorn?
That's correct.
Just saying, it'd be cool if it was a Blurrg. That'd be hilarious. Basically, a big frog on your arm.
Well earned. Well earned.
Yeah.
What else does the armor give Mando? A
Sorry.
Mandalorian feather, a jetpack, toxic darts, or bacta fluid.
Those are some
Toxic
catalyst
darts.
hands, man. They've got to be some catalyst
The
hands.
darts.
But
I would
see,
say
it all
the
depends.
jetpack. The jetpack.
It's got to be the jetpack because I don't think the darts were toxic. The whispering birds.
That is correct. The whistling birds are not toxic necessarily. They do kill people, so you could call them toxic. So do you want to say a jetpack or toxic darts?
Jetpack.
Jetpack.
Kathy just yelled out jetpack.
Way to go, Kathy.
Which character gives her life to protect Baby Yoda? This has
You
two
referenced it.
answers. This has two answers.
Oh, you're right.
I'm going to read you the options. Karga, IG-11, Mando, or Dune.
Okay, well, because of the options you're given, it's got to be IG-11.
B.
Yeah,
Yeah, IG-11.
That's correct. Because Quail did also.
Yes.
What fabled weapon does Moff Gideon possess?
The dark. No, it's
Say it, Jack.
Dark-
Say it.
Dark saber.
Dark Saber. Dark Saber.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Who makes a cameo appearance as one of the Carbonite bounties in episode 1? This is the last question. I'm going to read you the answers. Han Solo, George Lucas, Lando Calrissian, and Jar Jar Binks. And you've got to be a fucking geek to know this one because you would have had to go back and play it through in slow-mo or find the pictures online. Who makes a cameo appearance as one of the Carbonite bounties in episode 1? Go ahead, Hugh.
Isn't it Jar Jar? I could have
No,
sworn I
so
saw
then-
a picture online of that.
So then it's got to be
Lucas.
Lucas.
It is.
I was gonna go with Jar Jar too because I remember seeing an image like that.
Yeah.
George Lucas. I'm
That's
telling
fun.
you, and this is good. That's it. That's the game. We've had so much fun doing this, and we do it sometimes late at night. You know, we've been drinking all night. We'll play these games. We just have a great time doing this. And here's the best part: we've never yet found a quiz online that was 100% correct. We always know there's an answer to a question or two out of like 100. You get a 100-question quiz that they get completely wrong, and then it's easy to prove that it's wrong.
Right.
So it's really fun. We have a lot of fun doing it. It increases our love for the genre, the series. Kathy, she gets in on it. She knows more about Star Wars now than she ever wanted to. I mean, she's watching Clone Wars now, so now she knows more about that than I do. I mean, we just have a great time with us. So this is my pick for the night.
I like it.
When you're with some friends and you got a few minutes to kill, somebody look up a quiz about something that you all like, and you can find them online. They're really quick. They're going to have the answers, and you just let people play through it, and kind of keep track in your head of who has the most right and wrong, or don't even bother to keep track. Just have fun trying to answer the questions. So there you go. That's my tabletop or back seat or bar top game of the night.
Outstanding.
Paul, from now on, I'm going to just call you Mandork.
Hey Kev, though, I have something for you as well. When we were in college, if we didn't want to go out and waste all our money at the bar, we just sit in and drink and go to this website. It's sporkle.com. It's got
Sporkle?
thousands. Yeah, it's got thousands of trivia quizzes. You can say music quizzes. You can have but you need to have spelling correct. And they give you movies, they give you sports, they give you cars, they give you motorcycles. They literally have a timer on it, but you have to get all the trivia questions right. So they give you 5 seconds of a song and then they go to the next one, but you have to answer all the trivia questions, and sometimes they have to be in chronological order. So before you get it right, I can't get that word out. It has to be in order though, but that's a cool website. Check out sporkle.com. They got thousands of trivia.
Do you want to spell
loading. How
that
do
for
you spell
everybody?
it? Yeah.
Sporkle. Oh god. Let's see.
I mean, wouldn't that be Sparkle, but with an O?
That's how I figure, but
So
Part of the fun is figuring it out.
Okay. So SPORKLE. CLE.
Oh.
Play millions of free
Oh.
online trivia quizzes. There's fun trivia about anything, basically. Are you
Yep,
on the
there it
website
is.
right now?
Yep, I
There's
found it.
tons. That's good for you and
Yep.
Kathy and friends. My friends and I, we play that still to this day. Check out sporkle.com. But this is your tabletop review, but just throwing it out there.
No, this is good stuff. This is what it's all about, because there's so much of this stuff out there, right? And it's so easy to find. You just, I mean, you do a real quick car trivia questions, you know, whatever. Just do a Google search or use Sporkle or whatever it is. Chances are you'll find something that's can, you know, kill a few minutes and give you some fun. So we tend to play just the Star Wars trivia games, and we don't even really care who wins or loses. It's all about, you know, sometimes one of us knows a little bit more than anyone else. And let me give you a little piece of this. My friend Rob, I call him Uncle Rob. I've talked about it before. He had a ringtone actually for his text messages, for his SMS messages, and it was a sound. And he would be around people that he thought were Star Wars fans. You know, he had many conversations with them. You know, they'd watch movies together, whatever. And he had this sound, and no one knew what it was. The very first time I heard it, I said, "Oh, that's cool. Where'd you get the Tauntaun, ringtone?" And he looked at me, and his eyes got this fucking big. He's just like, no one knew what that was. So it's a lot of fun. You know, the little things are what you know, what makes it, I think, for us.
That's cool.
So there you go.
Outstanding.
That's my pick of the night.
I like it. That was a good time.
Yeah.
And now, if you guys will stick with us after the break, we're coming back with the news.
Hi, this is Craig Palmer. If you ever aspire to be a wrestler, come on down to Upstate Wrestling Entertainment, located at 1121 Glenwood Ave in United, New York. We're open every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. Come on down and join us. See you then.
Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf or a keyback issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore, located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking. Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics.
Now, before you go to drop off one of your child's school friends at their house and almost get right in the middle of a drive-by shooting, here's the news. Ask me about that later. First up, settlers of Carlson. Fox News settled the defamation suit brought against them by Dominion Voting Systems for a record $787.5 million just before the trial was set to begin. I went on Fox News today to see what I could find on this, and these are some of the headlines I saw on their main page. Doctor accused of poisoning husband with Drano. New report blames rice farms for climate change. And, I shit you not, Elon Musk reveals to Tucker Carlson whether he's seen evidence of aliens. You know what headline I couldn't find anywhere on the main page of their website? Fox News settles Dominion Voting Systems defamation suit for $787.5 million. In fairness, if I did a search and went through a bunch of garbage, I was able to find an almost hidden short little blurb about it right next to Rupert Murdoch's dignity. So this was basically Fox News having its own steroid trial moment where they have to admit they're not real news, but news entertainment. They are news entertainers. So Tucker Carlson is Ric Flair without the balls to swing his hammer around on the plane ride from hell. Sean Hannity is Kevin Nash, paid way too much to do way too little. And Laura Ingraham looks like Linda McMahon with the skills of an Eva Marie. In a statement, the network said, "We acknowledge the court's ruling finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. This settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards." Reflect what standards? The ones you adopted right after settling the lawsuit for nearly $800 billion? Fox and journalistic standards is as awkward a combination as Kevin and sobriety, or Jack's girlfriend and food. Those two things in the same sentence is laughable at best and worth $787.5 million at worst. Next up, how did he not see that ending? Lovecraft country star and actor behind the MCU's Kang the Conqueror, Jonathan Majors, has been dropped by his talent manager after allegations of domestic abuse surfaced last month. While all the details are not known yet, texts released by his lawyers touted to show his innocence had the opposite effect with the public. In truth, we really don't know what happened yet, but the silence since then may be a sign that there are truth to the accusations. We also know as of today, more women are coming forward to talk to the DA. This is incredibly problematic for Disney since they have pinned their entire current slate of Marvel movies on Kang as the main villain. Rumor has it they've not begun discussing recasting him as of yet. He is set to appear in court on May 8th, where we will hopefully get further details. I hear Owen Wilson will be in court that day to say, "I thought you said he was terrifying." And finally, get the HBO out. Warner Brothers Discovery has announced the rebranding of their company as Max, ditching the HBO entirely, and will be releasing a streaming service that combines the hard-hitting drama of HBO with all 47 spin-offs of 90 Day Fiancé and some nature shit made by Discovery Channel. As part of this, they pulled back the curtain on a Harry Potter reboot television show set to take place over 10 seasons. This will be a retelling of the original series and not a new story set in the same universe. This was, as expected, met with controversy. Max responded by saying, "We don't care, shut up, go fuck a duck." Well, they might as well have said that, but who can blame them besides everyone? The recent Harry Potter video game, which was the target of boycotts, was revealed to have sold 256% more on launch than expected. This was a clear message to Warner Brothers that the general public either isn't aware or does not care about the controversy involving Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling and the trans community worldwide. So whether you agree or disagree with either side, the moral of the story is people only care about things that directly affect them, and then only if it isn't too inconvenient. In 2023, Harry Potter is being made, there's a new Ghostbusters movie on the way, and Kevin Spacey is working again. It's like we're in a time machine that really loves 2016. Should I dust off my Kofifi jokes? Last week I got to lead with some Stormy Daniels stuff, so I'm already prepared. It's like I can see how it all ends. That's the news, kids. Now, I want to tell you a story. We've all seen the Facebook posts about people who say they refuse to show their Walmart greeters their receipts for reasons like, "I don't work for you, and if you trust me to check myself out, you trust me not to steal." You've all seen those on Facebook. They're cute and humorous, and I'm sure making that 87-year-old greeter uncomfortable to score points on social media will get you right into heaven, full stop. Me, I've always just kept the receipt at the ready, and I hold it up in case they want to see it. It's not that person's fault. They are told to stand there and look at the receipts of suspicious or African-American customers, or they'll lose their jobs. They're just doing what they're told, like the Nazis. Recently, though, I noticed the machine now gives you options when you go to the self-checkout. You can print a receipt, text a receipt, or email one. So that means they are giving me an option of sending me my receipt to a device that I might have left in the car. Then, by my estimation, that means you can't ask me to see my receipt anymore because I might legitimately not have one. I told my wife the next time they ask, I'm going to tell them no. Just to fuck with this ridiculous change that they had to pay development costs for to save 1/10 of a cent in case I decide to print a receipt. So it finally happened. A greeter says this past week, "Can I see your receipt?" I said, No, I don't have one. I had it texted to me. He says, well, then just show me your phone. Show me your phone. Who the fuck do you think you are? To which I responded, I left it in the car. He stumbled, stammered for a bit, and then said, all right, have a nice day. This is extra stupid. Unless they start requiring you to have your cell phone in order to shop there, it's unenforceable. This practice was already legally nebulous to begin with, and it's like someone at HQ said, how do we make this dumb process dumber? So yes, I will have a receipt in my pocket now every time I go to Walmart and refuse to show it to the greeter. You know why? Because the people who are stealing shit are going to use this loophole too, so why should I be inconvenienced? The worst part is, I'm pretty sure my cell phone was peeking out of my chest pocket when it happened. Which might have been the reason the guy was like, maybe if we all band together and do the same thing, they will roll back this stupid change. We can't seem to affect change on anything that actually matters in the real world, so fuck it. If they make a change that might actually cut down on shoplifting, I am happy to go along with it, even if it takes me a few more minutes. I know those Waltons are hurting for cash right now. Paul?
In other news, Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Back to you, Corbs.
You liar.
There.
Oh, and everything on the internet's true.
And you could be. You
It's
could
a
be
spreadsheet. Does that count? Does that make it more official?
You know,
It's a
I can take a
Google-
lie
Oh,
and put it
it's
on
a
a
spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
It's a Google spreadsheet, so it's online.
By the way, you could be pointing to a dollhouse in your basement.
That's
It says
gone.
it right there.
That's
Hey, don't you
That's
remember we're
over
not
there.
supposed to talk about that? Jack stopped. Why do you
You're
guys
like
start
you're
that
like
shit
pointing
again?
off in a direction nobody can fucking see. It's right there. Sure, it is.
that's a treadmill, just so you know.
You gotta blow the dust off that, Paul.
Can I just say though, it's Walmart fucking right hand not knowing what the left hand doing. That's really
I
That is stupid.
don't know.
I mean, the only reason they give you the option to email it to yourself or text it to yourself is so they can collect your email address or your phone number and use you for targeted marketing.
Great.
Boom. Science.
There you go. Kev dropping knowledge on everybody.
Sprinkles.
Oh, so is
I
it my
love
turn?
sprinkles.
Yeah, everybody keeps talking because you're not, Corbs.
Well, that's fine. Just go ahead and keep talking.
I want to hear an update on golf, specifically the golf in Georgia.
Golf in Georgia is nice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The devil
All right,
got
so-
on board to tell us.
All right, so you guys know I went to the Masters.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
It's a
No
big
shit.
surprise. Big surprise. So we left on Wednesday. Now I'll give you the whole kind of broad picture. So we left at 3:45-ish on Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon to be to our tee time in in Richland, South Carolina at 8:30. Okay, the trip is to the golf course was 11 hours. If you do the math, we got down there at about 2:45 in the morning. So we were there in plenty of time. Now I kept trying to tell these guys we didn't need to leave at 3:30 in the afternoon, but nobody wanted to fucking listen. So we showed up in Richland, South Carolina at 3:45 in the morning. So if anybody can tell me what you do at 3:45 in the morning for 5.5 hours, I will greatly appreciate that.
I
go to
don't
Denny's.
want to know.
You go to Denny's and get some breakfast.
Pancakes. Boom.
There you go.
So we did get breakfast. We went to the Waffle House.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Just
Just
dirtier
a smaller
floors.
version.
Yeah.
Smaller version. The Waffle House is like a trailer, the size of a trailer, like a double wide. Yeah.
Math checks out.
We went to the Waffle House because that's the only fucking place open at 3:45 in the morning besides Denny's. And nobody wanted to go to Denny's because when you go to Denny's, there's bathroom issues after that. So we decided the Waffle House, which is right off the highway.
Convenient.
It's very good, and there's a Waffle House off every fucking highway, from like Charlotte to Augusta. I'm not shitting you. You can find a Waffle House on every at every off ramp. So we went to the Waffle House. We got breakfast. Now I assumed we were going to stay there for like an hour or so. We were there 30 minutes. So now it's 4:15 in the morning.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah. Tea time's 8:30. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do for 4.5 hours or 4 hours.
Get a nap.
Would have been advised. Would have been a nice idea, but we were in a pickup. We were in a pickup truck. So there was 4 of us.
Very close nap, apparently.
And there was 4 of us in the truck. So nap was out of the question. So in my friend's infinite wisdom, we decided to drive to the golf course
And take a nap.
and we get there and it's now
4:30.
4:30, 4:40 in the morning. I'm like, okay, what the fuck are we gonna do for 4 hours now, guys?
Drink?
Nobody had any clue. Nobody had any idea. Nobody could think of anything to do. So we decide to drive to Lancaster, South Carolina, which is about 15 minutes away. This is where it gets fun. So we Google map it on my friend's dashboard. Not on the phone. Not yet. Dashboard first.
Okay.
It says to go this way down this road here, and it says take a left. So we go down the road, we take a left. We're driving down the road, normal road, houses everywhere. After about 5 minutes, it turns into a dirt road.
Yeah.
So Google Maps says to keep going. So we keep going. Now the gravel road turns into grass.
Pretty soon you're in the water.
On the ground.
It's the Oregon
There's a
Trail.
pile of waste on the ground. Now there's a road. There's 2 tire tracks on this grass. There's a pile of waste in the middle of it.
Wait, hold on. Clarification time.
Yep.
When you say pile of waste, you mean like someone
Like
dumped like a bucket load of shit, or like somebody
grass,
shit themselves?
leaves. No, grass, leaves,
Okay.
stuff like that. My buddy's like, it tells us to go this way. We're gonna keep going this way. Drive around the waste.
Oh God.
Yeah, see, Kevin understands what's going on right now. Drive
Yeah,
about
but you're
another
going- sorry,
500 yards down the road, and we run into a cast iron fence with woods on both sides.
You actually hit it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, we could see
Bam!
it. Now we realize
It is 4 in the morning.
we can't go this way. So I'm in the back seat with my buddy, and I looked over at him. He was over at me, and he goes, "We're gonna fucking die. We're gonna get Deliveranced out here."
You're gonna get fucking shot.
So
After you get
and
Deliverance.
he said, he's like, dude, somebody's gonna come out here with a fucking shotgun. You're in the South.
Before
Everybody's got them
and
down there. They
after.
fucking carry them all over the place.
Squeal, piggy.
I feel like this is the real life Oregon Trail that you're living right now.
So my friend's like, okay, well, let's back up and we'll figure out how to get to where we're going. So we back up down a 2-lane grass fucking road around the waste pile again. As we're going around the waste pile, off on the right is some guy's fucking house. And as we're driving away, the lights come on. And I'm thinking to
And the
myself,
shots start.
so I'm thinking we're gonna get fucking shot.
You Yankees are up in my house. Get out of here.
We finally get nothing happens, thank God. That was the talk of the morning, was nearly
Almost made the
being
news.
shot.
Quick question.
Yep.
Where does Get Out take place? No?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh,
I
you
don't know what
should.
you're talking
Super,
Hey,
really good
Corbs,
movie.
you only think it's over.
That's true. That's true. I could be living a bad dream right now.
Oh no, they could just be watching you, waiting for the right time.
That's true. Well, they'll be watching my buddy because it's his truck.
That
So
works.
we end up in fucking downtown Lancaster, hopping town as it is.
Hopping
um,
down.
we end up at a gas station because one of my buddies has got to take a dump.
As one does.
So,
From the
You
water
were just in the woods, for fuck's sake.
you laugh, but my buddy's got toilet paper in his console, so it could have been fine.
Would you have shit in that woods?
No,
Okay, then.
I would have.
no. So, like I said, we end up in downtown Lancaster at a gas station. So we're hanging out. So here we are, 4 fucks from the north, hanging out at a gas station, in South Carolina. People are starting to roll in for work. It's Thursday afternoon, 5:30 or so in the morning. People are rolling in, getting ready to go to work, getting their coffee. 4 yahoos standing out in front of fucking Speedway or whatever the fuck it is, drinking sodas and whatnot. We did pick up a 6-pack of beer, but we're not drinking there. So we're just hanging out, drinking.
As one does.
Drinking water and stuff like that. So it's like 5:30. They're like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now?
6-pack per person, right?
Should.
What's that?
That's how we would do it, Kevin.
Yes, you guys would do that. We only picked up a 6-pack for us.
6.
I don't know why. I don't know why it was only a 6-pack. It probably should have been a case of beer at this point.
Probably because you wanted to remember the Masters.
Guys.
No, Masters wasn't until the next day.
Oh,
So-
this is the day we're gonna golf. You guys.
This is the day we're supposed to. We were golfing. So we decided we're gonna go to the golf course early because they open at 7 and there's a tee time at 7:20 open. So we're gonna see if we can get on the golf course early.
bounce earlier.
So that's fine. All right. So we get there like 6:30 or so. And I'm like, well, fuck it. If we're gonna hang out here, I'm gonna get changed. So there we are, 4 yahoos in the parking lot, switching from mesh shorts and t-shirts into golf attire because you have to wear golf attire on the golf course. One of the guys rolls in for the clubhouse. 4 guys in the parking lot. Now we're drinking. Now we're having a beer.
And you're in your underwear.
Well, not all of us, but that's besides the point.
This Corbs.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
She's Corbs.
I wasn't going to say anything. So, guy rolls up. He's like, "Well, I can't let you guys in the clubhouse. I don't do the clubhouse. I only wear."
Not judging.
I wouldn't judge either, Kev. So he's the guy who does the carts. The guy is supposed to be there to open the clubhouse. He doesn't show up at 7
Fucking
o'clock. So
guy.
we're like scrambling. We're like, okay, we've been here for like an hour and a half now,
Hate
trying to
that
figure this
guy.
out. So finally, we get on the golf course, and it's first of all, a nice golf course.
Ooh.
Down south, it's a nice course. So we get up to the first tee box, and
Name of the course or town. Where were you?
Edgewater Golf Club is where we played. Edgewater.
Golf.
So we get to the first tee. We're standing there. There's a group of guys in front of us. We're standing there. My buddy looks over at me and goes, "If you hit a ball in the woods, don't go looking for it. And if it's on the edge of the woods and you can see it, when you're going through, swing your golf club back and forth to look for the snakes."
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm done.
That was like, so I just looked at him and said, "So basically, what you're saying is, don't go in the woods." He's like, "No, you can go in there, but just swing your golf club." So you just don't go in the woods. He said, "Well, if you see high grass," I'm like, "Okay, good." So we've clarified we just don't go in the woods. If you hit a ball in the trees in the woods, don't go looking for it. So we play the first hole, get on the second hole, and my buddies are off to the right, and my other buddy and I are off to the left. We're walking up to a ball. My buddy's looking for his ball, so I go over to help him look for it. And
In the woods.
No. It's like a fairway, and then there's a drop off, and then there's more fairway. And we're up here, and they're down over here by the woods, but not in the woods. So I go over and I start walking down the incline and hit a patch of red clay, and both my feet go out from underneath me. And I slide down on my side, and I don't know if I sent the picture to you guys. I sent it to pretty much everybody else, but maybe not you guys.
Apparently we
I am
don't rate.
covered from armpit to shoes in clay.
Oh man.
And I'm laughing the whole time.
So you look like you had a bad experience at a Mexican restaurant.
Pretty much. Look like I
And
shit myself.
that your asshole is in your armpit.
So
Red clay is no joke.
no, it's not. So I clean myself off, but obviously the shirt has got clay on it. My shorts got clay on it. They're like, "Well, we can change at the turn." I'm like, "I'm not fucking changing at the turn. Let's just keep playing." So we finally get done. We play the entire golf course. Now we're heading to our hotel, which is in Columbia, which is like an hour away. So we get to the hotel. We are supposed to have 2 rooms. 1 room's ready.
And
So
you
it's my
definitely
buddy-
need that room.
So, well, yeah, because I got a fucking shower because we're going to get something to eat.
At Waffle House.
No,
Didn't you just have pancakes?
no,
That was hours ago.
That was hours ago.
No,
This is
now he's
3:30.
played 18 holes of golf
Right,
and was slip sliding through the fucking red clay.
right.
Corbs, before you went to eat though, who won on the golf though between you and your friends?
Corbs
Oh,
in the
we,
red
we
clay.
stopped. We stopped keeping score after about the 14th hole because we were all
Okay.
pissed
Because
at
they
each
each
other.
had a 6-pack.
We were all pissed at each other, overtired. So it
We
was
were
just
swinging clubs at each other.
Yeah, it was a shit show after about 14
There can
holes.
be only one.
So we get to the hotel. Obviously, 1 room is ready, 1 room's not. So we all are hanging out in my buddy's room. The 2 there. So Mark and Sean are staying in a room, and then Justin and I are going to stay in a room. So we're in Mark and Sean's room because Mark got the hotel, the rooms for us. So we're hanging out in there. Obviously, our room's not ready. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to jump in the shower and clean up. Took me 3 times washing my body to get all of the clay off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Could not believe it. It was ridiculous.
They build stuff with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's forever.
Right.
Houses
I'm
in the Southwest, I believe.
So I obviously take a shower.
also.
Take a shower. So we get ready. We go down to there's a bar down in Columbia. It's called
Because of course there is.
well, there's always a bar down there. It's called Liberty. So we go down to Liberty to have some food. It's just a random bar. It's not really anything to write home about.
I love Liberty.
Well, there goes our endorsement from them.
Thanks a lot, Corbs.
So we're sitting at the bar. So if we go down there, we find a parking spot. My buddy backs in. He backs into everywhere. He's former Army, so he always backs into every parking spot.
Has to have his back to the wall. Yes.
He's got to be tactical ready.
Yes.
That's the way he puts it.
Tactical.
So we go into the bar. We're sitting around. We're sitting at the bar. There's 4 of us. We order some food. My buddy and I are checking out the bottles in the back. He finds couple of whiskeys up there that he wants to drink. And
9 o'clock in
over.
the morning?
No, this is like 2:00 in the afternoon now. And it wouldn't matter if it was 10 o'clock, 2:00 in the morning.
Right. They're on vacation. It's a
On
guy's
vacation.
trip.
So my buddy sees a bottle of Blanton's.
Mm.
So, and he's like, oh, and we asked the bartender because we had been talking to her for a few minutes. She's from up north too. So we asked her, well, how much is it for a glass of Blanton's? And she's like, well, it's normally about $35.
But don't ask.
It's he wanted to know how much it was. He was going to get it anyways, I think. But so we asked. He said it's about $35 a glass. He's like, okay. She goes, but if you order it today, it's $17.
Yeah.
They had somehow there was a miscue.
Special.
Not even though it was a special. I think they just rang it in wrong, and it was coming up $17. So we ordered 2 doubles.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're spend the $35 anyway. So.
Right. So him and I are the only 2 that drink the whiskey. My buddy Justin doesn't do hard liquor, and Mark doesn't drink at all anymore. So we had the whiskey, which, by the way, fantastic. They also had, and Kev, you'll appreciate, they had Pappy, the Pappy Van Winkle, for $140 a glass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we weren't going to do that one, but we did the Blantons, which was fantastic.
That's like ordering the 4 Horsemen. Jesus.
Pretty much. For the Pappy is expensive anyways. I mean, bottles are like $1,000 bottles.
I don't even know what it is.
Kev knows.
Peppy Van Winkle.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Hey,
So-
you're Poppy.
So we leave.
Wait, is that anything like Pappy Druitt? Or
He lived up the street from me when I was a kid, Pappy
oh
Drew.
god, did not expect that to go down that road. Corbs, please continue.
So we leave, go out to my buddy's truck. He's got a ticket on his truck.
Oh no, shit.
We've been in the bar 45 minutes.
40 minutes too long.
He's got a ticket. You know what his ticket was for?
Flipping him the bird.
Backing
Dude,
into
what?
the parking spot. He got a ticket for
What?
backing in. No, shit you not.
No.
Yeah, welcome to
come
fucking
on.
Georgia.
Welcome to Georgia. Guess how much the ticket was?
$45.
$15.
Oh, but that's stupid.
That's illegal in Georgia?
Yeah, apparently down there it is. Don't
That's a
fucking
whole
know
different
why.
world down there, man.
So of course my buddy's enraged. He decides because you can't.
But no, this is how fucking backwards they are, and how fucked up it is. Because in New York State, it's illegal to back out into a road.
Right.
Okay, you'll never see anybody get a ticket for it unless they cause an accident. But it is illegal to back out into a road. But in Georgia, they just want you to get the fuck out of the way. They don't want you to fucking no fucking around. Just get the hell out of my way.
Wait, so in New York, am I supposed to pick my vehicle up and turn it around?
Yes.
No, you're supposed to back in to your home
Yep.
so that you're not backing into the street. That's what they want. That's New York State law.
I believe you. Yeah. That makes sense because it's New York.
They don't enforce it unless something happens.
You cause a problem. Gotcha.
Or they call it the cooling off rule. You cannot back a car in Georgia. Cooling off rule. Stupid.
Stupid rule.
But what else is to that though? What, since you looked it up, Jack, I'm really curious. The cooling off rule.
Isn't that to keep you from shooting somebody?
It's not. As
7-day waiting period.
Does not. It basically just says you cannot cooling off rule. However, you cannot back a car in Georgia. I don't. This is very vague. But
Yeah,
$15. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm sorry, Corbs. I'm going to do one more thing to you.
You fucker.
I looked up Happy Van Winkle on Wooden Cork, woodencork.com.
Yep.
The least expensive bottle is $994.99. Now it was $1,200, and it goes up from there.
Yep.
The most expensive single bottle on here that I can find. Let's see, that's a save when you bundle. Nope, that's a bundle. That's a bundle.
Auto insurance?
Happy Van Winkle's Family Reserve 23-year-old signed 2005 gold wax. Take a wild fucking guess.
$4,326.
Wrong. Next. Nope.
$8,000.
$19,999.
And I heard that our two top fans were going to spring to get a bottle for the guys. That's what I heard.
All right.
Look, it's good. I don't
It's
know.
not that good, right? Like, there is no that good. Yeah.
And it's certainly I don't have the palate to appreciate that if that's the case. Anyway, sorry, Corbs.
Yeah, sorry. Let's finish the sports report.
Well,
the Masters report.
He hasn't even got to the Masters yet.
Right. We haven't got the best part was before we even got there. So we go back to the hotel. Our room is finally ready. So Justin and I go into our room. It's hot as shit in there. So we turn the air conditioning on. Not getting any better. So we're like, okay. So we called down there, told the guy, hey, our air conditioning's not working. He's like, all right, we'll send somebody up. Guy never shows up.
You're fixing it yourself.
So he's like, all right, well, he was like, I can't. He was trying to take a nap. He's like, I can't get to sleep. I'm going to jump in the shower. Jumps in the shower, turns the hot water on. The shower starts rattling.
Oh, Jesus.
There's an error in the pipe for the hot water. So he ends up taking a real quick shower, gets out of the shower. We went downstairs to the lounge, and we went downstairs and told the people at the front, like, hey, this is what's going on. Air conditioning's not working. Shower's not working. All right, we'll send somebody up. So I went upstairs and waited for the maintenance guy to show up. He finally shows up, messes with the air conditioning, says, oh, it'll cool off in a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, what about the fucking shower?
That'll cool off too. He'll be fine.
He goes in, turns the shower on, leaves it on for 3 or 4 seconds, doesn't happen, shuts it off. He's like, well, shower sounds fine. Walks away. I'm like, okay. I said, but it was doing it. Why wouldn't you let it run for a little bit to see if it happened again? He leaves. I go and turn the shower on. 10 seconds later, it starts doing it again. So I'm like, okay. So I go back downstairs. I tell Justin, I tell my buddy, I'm like, hey, didn't fix it. I'm gonna tell him again. I'm gonna go upstairs and wait for this guy. We'll figure this out. Go back. So I tell him, send the same guy back upstairs. I said, okay, when you turn the shower on, you have to let it run for a little bit. You gotta turn it on and let it run. Okay. I'm like, I'll fucking turn it on. So I turn it all the way on, hot water. 10 seconds later, starts rattling again. He's like, what the hell is that? I'm like, you're the fucking maintenance man. You tell me. You gotta know. So he starts playing with it. He gets it to the cold water, and it doesn't do it with cold water. I'm like, well, I'm not taking a fucking cold shower for 4 days.
Right.
Or give me a free room and free stuff.
Right. So he goes and checks the water, the pipes. Everything looks good. I can't tell what's wrong. He's like, well, I want a new fucking room.
Right.
So, well, let's go downstairs and we'll get you guys a new room. It took him 2.5 hours to get us a room. We did finally get a room. They gave my buddy Mark, they're supposed to give him like 40,000 points or something like that for the hassle that we had for it. This was before we even got anywhere close to the tournament.
Right.
So we had to pick up the tickets. So we had to meet with my buddy's half brother, I guess you would call it, stepbrother, half brother, whatever it is. So he met us at the hotel. So that was Thursday night. So Thursday night we started drinking, and it was just kind of the three of us. It was me, Justin, and his brother Kelly. We had to order some food. We had 25 beers between the three of us. So a little to say is the fact that I was foobarred on Thursday night, and that didn't include the 8 free drinks that we got for staying there.
Nice.
Yeah, they had a reception. You got a little card. You could get 2 beers or you could get 1 cocktail. So we had the 4 cards. We had mine and Justin's and the Mark and Sean's. So we used all 4 of them. So we got 8 free beers. So we had, 33 beers. And there was a couple other guys that were going to the tournament that showed up. And so they started drinking at the end. There was maybe like 4 or 5. They had maybe 4 or 5. So, I mean, let's just say that I don't remember much of Thursday night. So I went upstairs and crashed up at 4:30. Or actually, I'm taking that back, up at 4 o'clock to get in the shower to go to the tournament. Now I'm freaking hungover and all that stuff. So we had to drive an hour. Stopped at, surprise, surprise, a Waffle House to pick up the tickets. That's where we met the guys at a Waffle House. So then we drove down to Augusta. It was maybe like, 20 minutes north of Augusta where we met this guy, just over the border in Georgia. So we drove the rest of the way down, got to the tournament, and it was pretty simple to get there. You get off and it tells you like where to go, like stay in the center lane, drove right up to the grounds. And my buddy told me, you're shocked that this is the most prestigious golf course around, and it's literally behind a Walgreens and a Dollar Tree.
So you can at least get cheap snacks.
And there's no sign saying Augusta National. It's just
Really?
a road. It's just a road.
Like no fanfare.
No fanfare whatsoever.
Wow.
On the road in, there's a Hooters.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, Hoser!
The Hooters is synonymous with that place because that's where John Daly, the big golfer, he hangs out there during Masters Week. Hangs out with the girls, and he's got his trailer there.
This guy hangs out there.
Well, we were going to go and hang out with him on Saturday, but Saturday got kind of washed out. But I'll talk about that. So, so you pull in. I mean, it's an open field in front of the place. So we find, they direct you to a parking spot, free parking, which is nice. So we head over.
Something.
Right. So we head over. You get in at like a line that's probably 200 yards long. We're in like the middle of the line. So they let you in waves to start. And so that the first 300 people come in. And then so they let everybody get in and kind of get checked in. and then the next 300 people come in and they get checked in or whatever. So we're in like the 4th or 5th group. So, when they come up, they give you the spiel about, no cell phones, no recording devices, no this, that, the other thing, have a great time. Who's ready to have a good time or whatever. So we go and then they let you in and everybody goes like running in. It's fucking like Wild West to get into this place. So we go in, scan our badges, we walk in, and it's like a, I don't know, 100-yard, 150-yard walk till you get to see anything. Like all it is just like bushes and trees and all that stuff. And then you come around the corner, and the first thing you see is the practice green and the driving range. And it's green. Everything is green. It's so green. It's perfect. There's not a blade of grass out of place. Nothing. So we went up. We watched the guys practice on the greens or whatever, and chip, and you could see some of the guys off in the distance driving. We couldn't get over there. So we decided we walk past that. You come in between the buildings, which you can't see in the tournament, but you come through the buildings. The pro shop is right there. That wasn't open when we first got there, but there was a line from the door to the green practice green, probably about 200 yards long, of people waiting to get into the pro shop or the gift shop. And my buddy and I were like, well, we'll come back and do that. We'll do that as we're leaving, because I had to leave. I had to be out of there like 1 o'clock.
Like half day, right? Like
I only paid for half a day. So we walk a little bit, and then it opens up, and it's the golf course. And when I tell you that there is not a sight a golfer wants to see than to see that, yes. What do you got?
When was the precise moment when you started to get an erection?
When I came to that point. I mean, you literally, it's like
thanks for the visual, Paul.
You're walking on a.
You're welcome.
You're walking on a pavement, and then it's like the field. It's like Field of Dreams. It's pavement, and then it's grass. It's ridiculous. So we walked down the first fairway. The rough there is not really even rough. It's like half an inch tall rough. That's like what I normally play on when I play on the fairways. And their fairways are like our greens. And the greens are just immaculate. But I know you guys don't watch the tournament, Jack. I think you may watch a little bit of it. But
I watched it.
The greens there, like when you see them on TV, they say, oh, this green's got an undulation on it and this, that, and the other thing. Pictures on TV don't do the greens justice. I mean, it's literally like a 2-foot elevation. When they talk about elevation, it's like it's like shelves for the green. It's the wildest thing ever. And I've told people this before. Words don't explain what it was like to be there and see what you saw. So we got to see a few golfers. Saw Bryson DeChambeau. He's now on the Live Tour, but he's won the tournament, so he gets to come back. He was a big guy, strong, muscular guy. He used to hit the ball really far. That was like the big thing. He had a real big drive and stuff like that. So he was the third group coming up the first green. So we watched the first 2 groups, and then we wanted to watch him tee off on the second hole. So when he got to the first green, we walked over to the second hole and kind of found a spot along the rope so we could listen to him hit his driver off the tee, and it sounded like a fucking shotgun. It's how hard he hit it. It was wild. So we walked down a little farther. We cut across and then there's a cafe where you can buy food. The food there is dirt fucking cheap. So we got 2 breakfast sandwiches, a cup of coffee, and a beer. Cost us $13.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So and the breakfast sandwich was the best thing. It was the best sandwich I had. Breakfast sandwich. It was a bacon, egg, cheese, sausage on an English muffin.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So we walked around a little bit. We cut across some of the fairways. We got out to the very back corner of the course. There was nobody back there yet because the guys had just teed off. So we were kind of just walking around and taking in some of the sights and stuff like that. And you're looking at the ground and stuff like that. The one thing that I did notice there is no garbage anywhere on the course.
So it's like Disney World.
Yeah, and if you see something on the ground, like a wrapper or a napkin or something like that, you as a spectator will pick it up. I saw people do it. My buddy did it, and then I saw myself do it. Like you just reach down and pick it up because you just.
Wait, you saw yourself?
I did.
Like
I was,
You had an
Out-of-body
out-of-body
experience?
experience?
and it was an out-of-body experience. So, like I said, we got to see a bunch of guys play. I did get to see one of my favorite golfers play, Dustin Johnson. I got to see his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That was pretty nice. Got to see some of the older guys. Got to see Freddie Couples, Andy Laus. These are guys that are going to be leaving the Masters they've won the tournament, but they can come back and play if they want.
But they want to live to make the real money?
Well, no, they're not going there, but they're older. They're 50 plus, so they can play on the Champions Tour now. And some of them do. So we got to see a bunch of the guys. I did not get to see Tiger Woods tee off, only because he was teeing off at 12:45, and I was in the pro shop at that time because I had to leave.
You were on your way out, yeah.
Yeah. So we made our way back. Like I said, we were on the grounds from about 7 o'clock. They actually opened the course up early on Friday because there was supposed to be some bad weather coming in. So they pushed the tee times up a half an hour. So we got in the course a half an hour earlier, which was nice. So, and I stayed on until 1 o'clock. I was supposed to be from 8 to 1, but I was there from 7:30 to 1.
Nice. So a little bit extra for you.
A little bit extra. And Justin's brother Kelly he's already been there like 3 or 4 times. So he's like, I've seen all this stuff. He's like, stay on until 1 o'clock. Don't come off a little bit early. Enjoy yourself, and all that stuff. So I appreciated that. So we went to the pro shop, and again, you walk into the pro shop, and it's literally like Disney. It's like Disneyland. It's like the gift shop at Disneyland. Everything is laid out for you. They've got everything from hats, shirts, golf balls. You got flags. Anything you can think of is there. And that has pricing on it.
Yeah, Corbs, were you there when the tree fell?
I was there that day, but I'd already come home.
Okay.
My buddy Justin was still there when it happened, and actually they were one hole back from when it happened.
Oh wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, so he said you could hear it on the course. You could hear it. That's how loud it was.
Did anybody get hurt?
Nobody got hurt, surprisingly.
Wow,
Yeah.
That was big news.
So we went into the pro shop, and you're just grabbing stuff. Like I bought a golf shirt. I bought a couple of things for my nephew. Some other stuff for myself. I bought a hat for my father. I picked up stuff for everybody. Not everybody. You guys don't get anything.
What the
You guys don't
fuck?
like golf.
What? Are you serious?
I didn't get anything for you guys. Sorry.
You suck.
I know. So you just picking stuff up. Like they've got stuff laid out. You can buy. I want number 23 and I want 45. They just go over and get the size that you want and they give it to you. No pricing on anything. And you just take the stuff and you put it in your hand and you put it in a bag and you walk up to the counter and then you ring it out and then you find out the price. So I spent $400 and I only bought maybe, it literally like that. Like, I mean, it was done. I was like, what the fuck did I just buy? And also I bought, like I said, I bought a golf shirt, 2 t-shirts, a towel for my nephew, a sleeve of golf balls, a coffee mug, a couple other things, and it cost me $400.
Your pro shop experience sounds like Kev and I at Star Wars Celebration when we were in the store. It's like, what did we just buy, basically?
Yeah, exactly, and it's the strangest thing. So, and I was there. My buddy came in with me. I won't tell you the exact figure he spent, but it was more than what I spent. It was more than I spent. It was more than double what I spent. Yeah, and the guy that went on Saturday. So that was Friday, and like Jack said, that there was an issue. There was some real big wind that came in on Friday, knocked the tree over, so they suspended the day on Friday. They picked it back up on Saturday morning, and Saturday morning it rained, and it rained all day Saturday. So they got the second round finished and some of the third round, and then they suspended play at about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Now my buddies, the other two guys I golf with went Saturday afternoon. So they were literally only on the course for an hour and 5 minutes.
That sucks.
And of that hour and 5 minutes they were on the course, they were in the pro shop for 30 minutes. That's the first thing they did when they got there. They went to the pro shop. Because when they closed the course, they closed everything. And they did just immediately close everything. So my buddy Mark spent almost as much as my buddy Justin did there. And he was only there for an hour. So we get back to the hotel on Friday night, or I get back to the hotel. Justin and Kelly come back, and we all meet there. So we had a bunch of guys that were down, like 10 or 11 guys that were down there. So we're all hanging out at the hotel again in the lounge. And one of there's two guys from San Antonio that came in, Craig and Sumo. Sumo is a 6'4" Oriental, going about 350.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
Well, he said that.
Is it?
He can say anything he
He
wants.
says that. That's what he calls himself.
That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right. But that's because my buddy Justin's brother kept asking him, well, what are you? And he's like, I'm Oriental. He kept saying, I'm Oriental.
I mean, if you applied that same logic to the N word, you get your ass kicked.
You're
Okay,
not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't disagree with you, Hugh. I don't. But that's what he kept saying. Everybody asked everybody to call. He asked everybody to call him Oriental.
You all right over there, Paul? You're gonna die.
I'm fucking great.
Wait. It gets a lot better. Okay.
Oh, good.
Trust me, it gets a lot fucking better. Just
There goes your wife's book deal.
This all happened in a matter of about 2 hours. Okay. So they show up at the lounge. We're down there drinking. He stands up and takes a selfie of the table. Okay. And sends it to his wife. Now his wife is Jewish.
Oh God.
So he sends the picture of the selfie. She writes back to him, and I shit you not, I don't have the picture anymore. And it just says on the thing, babe, what did you do? Did you join the KKK? So we had a group chat going. He texted the group chat that picture. We laughed for a good 10 minutes about that. So my buddy Justin, he's drinking, got no filter. He says, it's a good thing you can't bring your camera to the golf course. If you take a picture there, she'll think you're at a fucking clan meeting. Couldn't believe it. It was the wildest thing ever. We also had another one. They were coming out of a bar downtown on their way back to the hotel. A homeless guy came up to him and Craig, because him and Craig room together. They're friends. The guy came up to Craig and said, do you have any money? And Craig's like, well, I don't carry cash with me, which most people don't carry cash anymore. So the guy goes up to Sumo. Sumo looks him dead in the face and goes, no speak any English. Craig goes, I couldn't get in the truck fast enough. I was laughing so hard. So this kid Sumo, and his real name is Dave Kim. But we call him Sumo because obviously he's 6'4" and goes about 350.
Because you're a racist son of a bitches.
That too. We asked how he got the name of Sumo. We asked Craig how he got the name Sumo, and Craig just went, look at him. Like, okay. So that was Saturday night, and then Sunday we left and came home. So all in all, it was a great trip. If I did it again, I would probably pay for an entire day, or I'd go to a practice round. Because practice round, you can bring a camera in, you can't bring a cell phone in. You can bring a disposable camera or whatever to take pictures and whatnot. So that, I think I would do that next time if I ever went again. If we went again, I think that's what we would do, as a practice round, and then go from there. So, but I mean,
outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, words don't do it justice what that course looked like and stuff. We talked to some of the guys, the people working there. I got some great stories from some of these guys, but that's for a different time and take up too much time, some of the stories. So, but
well, speaking of words, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but I'm fairly certain that Corbs has at least doubled the amount of dialogue he's ever recorded in GeekPod. Tripled? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And every episode before now. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Not
it makes
per
me very happy. Not yeah. It makes me very happy. You can hear the passion in it.
Yep.
And actually, this is great. And Jack, I'm not jumping over you, but I just want to mention it.
Go.
You made me do a running change for the show because I changed what the weekly topic is because of this. So
Okay.
you might be exempt from the weekly topic this week.
No, but it's like what you said. He hits with the passion. This could be a whole episode inside of itself. Like Corbs, a master's experience, basically.
Right. I
Jack,
thought we were
you're
getting out
right.
early tonight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It is like Disneyland for golfers. It's like the most happiest place in the world. My buddy he goes, I could tell when you got to that point, when you got to the golf course. I turned around and looked at you. Yeah, exactly. He goes, you could just see the joy in your face that you were actually standing
I bet
on
you
that.
could. Yeah.
I did say to him, I said, well, what will happen if I dry hump a fairway?
What the fuck, man?
And you laugh. That's not the
This went
dirtiest statement that was made that weekend.
This
I'm
went
sure.
Of course.
from passion to
Dry humping a fucking green.
to unhealthy obsession.
It is unhealthy. I'm not gonna lie.
And he's censoring himself because it was really one of the holes. He was trying to.
Is that what like Shooter McGavin says is the secret of the tour? Happy where or something like that?
Yep.
Oh
The
my
secret
god.
of the tour.
All right, I think that is the perfect spot to move on from. So let's, hopefully, with what time we have left, send it to Jack with his. Dude, I have a concussion. What do we call your segment?
Oh, poor guy.
Sorry.
Okay.
Your questions, trivia.
Welcome to Jack's Trivia Questions of the Week. Kev, you've been very quiet. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
Night at the Theater. So, what is William Shakespeare's longest play?
Macbeth.
No.
No.
Take another guess. We'll give 2 guesses this week. I'm feeling nice.
Because, we have all sorts of time.
I know.
Can I try? I don't know. By
A
any
Midsummer's Night Dream.
No, it's not. But go ahead, Paul.
stretch. Taming of the Shrew.
No. It's
That's not
it's
It's the only one I
Hamlet.
knew.
Hamlet.
Oh,
wow.
Hamlet.
Very good play. By the
It
way.
is. Hugh. 1, 3, or 4. Greek mythology.
Wait, what number did you pick?
1.
Greek mythology. What was the first woman on Earth called? What was her name?
I mean, that would have been like Neanderthal, so like Ooga Booga or something.
Not Ooga Booga.
Wouldn't
I-
it be Eve?
All right, here's a little hint. Think of a music streaming service.
Spotify.
No.
Beat me to it. No,
Pandora?
Paul, her name was Kaza.
Oh, Kazaa, Bear Share.
Wait, Bear Share?
There was that.
That
was
is a whole different website.
I don't know.
Pandora.
Okay.
Pandora.
All right,
Box.
Mr. Golf. What do you want?
Is it what, 3 or 4?
3 or 4?
4.
Not your typical vending machine.
Oh God.
What was the first vending machine? What did they dispense? What did the first vending machine dispense? And by the way, all these subjects, I thought of the subject names myself. I'm very happy with what I thought of.
Did it first dispense?
It's not your typical vending machine.
I want to say like prescription drugs or some shit like that.
No. Second guess.
Cigarette.
Ammunition for guns.
No.
I think
Cigarettes.
Kevin's onto something.
What do you got? What'd you say?
Cigarettes.
No.
I remember those though.
I do
I
too.
do too.
Holy water.
Holy water.
That's
Well, sure,
interesting.
the church,
right.
the church
Actually,
had
this
to
is
get their
actually-
piece.
Yeah, this is good for Paul. The category is I never want to grow up.
Man-child.
What object did the crocodile swallow in Peter Pan?
Really?
What?
That's easy.
Okay.
I'm typing it in for the show notes. Sorry. That is a alarm clock. Tick-tock.
Correct. Very
Yeah,
good.
tic-tac.
Very good.
Tick-tock
Does
croc.
that mean you're now the man-child DeLorean?
All right.
We're
All right.
gonna say that for a future episode, and there's a reason for it.
And then just wrapping it all up real quick, as we do. What happened in day in history? April 19th. We do this now, remember? We talked, I don't remember this. We discussed this.
Nope, I don't remember this. I never heard of it.
1775, the American Revolution began. 1972, Apollo 16 became the 5th mission to land on the moon. And in 2013, Boston went on lockdown as authorities were looking for the Boston Marathon bombers. Back to you, Paul.
I remember that. That was a really scary time, actually. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I
Yeah, I
remember
was
Kristen.
terrified when that shit landed on the moon. Like the Martians were going to be like, "Yeah, what are you doing? Get off
what
my
the fuck,
yard."
dude? Yeah.
Actually, here you go, Paul. Follow-up trivia question for you because you thought my alarm clock one was too easy. Where was one of the Boston bombers? Where did they locate one of them?
In the back of a boat.
Yes, very
Dude, really.
good.
Wow.
All right.
I wasn't sure you would get that, Paul.
Is the head trauma or the alcohol? Which
Maybe
one
it's the
did you
alcohol
think
that's
was?
helping you.
All right. So let's move it along because some of us want to go to bed tonight. This week's weekly topic. What is the gold standard experience you've ever had? Case in point, like Corbs attending the Masters. I guess you're exempt this week.
It's not what you had written there.
Nope, and I changed it. That's why I said I was trying to tip you off to that one.
Well, this is really for you and me because for the other two, it's going to be Celebration.
You know what? Make him pick some. You know, if that's what they go with, that's what they go with. If he dies, he dies. Just...
He does.
Well, you're talking Drago here? Okay. All right.
All right. But the boys and myself will answer when we come back from the break. Stick with us. Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf or a key back issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore. Located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking, Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics.
Hi, this is Craig Palmer. If you ever aspire to be a wrestler, come on down to Upstate Wrestling Entertainment, located at 1121 Glenwood Avenue in Nottingham, New York. We're open every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. Come on down and join us. See you then.
All right, let me reiterate. Guys, I want to know, what is your gold standard experience that you've ever had? And case in point is, like Corbs just told us about, his experience at the Masters. Who wants to go?
I'll go. All right. So,
Star Wars Celebration.
no, believe it or not. So, 7 years old, My father, he used to work with a company, Niagara Mohawk, we all know, and he was got free suite tickets to Buffalo Bills games. So that was kind of cool. I know I'm not a Bills fan, but I was like, all right, like we'll go do that. He's like, yeah, you're starting to get into football. Why don't you come with me this weekend? We'll go to a Buffalo Bills game. I'm like, all right, sure, why not? The night before, we had a first class meal. We had all sorts of free desserts and all that. Mind you, I'm 7 years old. My dad's probably having a couple drinks. He's not drinking a lot, but he has like a free open bar as well.
Trust me.
But it was kind of cool though. The day of the game, though, we got to go down and meet the players, have pictures with like the mascot. Then you go up to the suite, you have like free food, like world-class meals. They bring you a food to your seat. They bring you your drinks. They have a program right at your chair, so you don't have to like have anything printed off. So you have like a free booklet that's like $20 worth. So you're with all these corporate executives and you're watching a cool football game. And like as you're watching on TV, yeah, you're watching back in the day on your Zenith TV. But I was watching it a panel, like you could see, like right outside, we're at the 50-yard line watching a live football game, which when I go to a football game, I like to be with the fans. Like I think that's the best experience ever. But this is where
the people.
I like to be with the people, but this is like bougie first class stuff. You have like prime rib, chicken, like ziti, all that stuff. Like you have again like all the soda at your disposal, ultimate dessert table. So it was kind of cool. My dad is working with all these executives, trying to get them to do some work with like corporate jargon, but I'm with like all the children of the parents and all that. So like we're watching a football game. Yes, it's the Buffalo Bills. I think actually they're playing the Raiders, Paul, which was kind of cool. So it was kind of nice to go watch that. But it was neat going to a professional football game and getting the carpet rolled out.
VIP treatment. That's cool.
Yeah, you got something
that is really cool.
So yeah, that's what I'll go with.
I bet you were expecting I was going to give you a bunch of shit about it.
I thought you would too, but
nope. But that is really
celebration.
Cool.
Yeah,
I changed it on you last second too.
I almost think I'd have to say celebration, just because I wasn't expecting what happened, and I mean, I just thought it would be a good time, see some cool stuff. But I think the people that I met there and the experiences that I had and the conversations that I had, I think that really surpassed anything anybody could have ever told me about the event. So it really made it something I'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more or less unexpected. So I'd have to go with that. I mean,
yeah, that is not a wrong answer. I think you'd be correct in that. That's what you experienced there was amazing, and I think you've discussed on the show, so I don't want to rehash. Yeah. But I mean, and especially with you being such a huge fan of Queel and getting to meet Misty.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected. She wasn't supposed to be there.
Right.
No, I mean, she wasn't at Celebration, but she was, in Anaheim. So it was very interesting. Yeah. But the whole the circumstance of meeting her, just saying hello to her. Really, I didn't really meet her. I just said hello and get a picture with her. I wouldn't call that actually meeting someone, but being in her presence, I guess that was significant. But the people that I had met that put me in that situation, and the circumstances behind that, completely unexpected. But that's really what that world is. That's what the fan base is. They just take you in, and it was amazing.
Well,
that's
was
awesome.
Kev, it was really cool because, like you said, like I met a friend that I still talk to from Celebration, and literally right in the closing ceremonies, because he was giving me up-to-date information right before it dropped. He's like, guess what? I'm like, what? It's the last day. He drops the Japanese flag. I'm like, are you fucking serious? That's where Celebration in 2025 is like, pack your bags. I'm like, holy shit.
So what you're saying is this friend was at the one in Europe?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like a doctor. I met him at Celebration in California. He dropped $25K in LA, and he dropped $30K at this Celebration. He doesn't have kids. Him and his wife, they can spend whatever they want. They have their own private timeshare in Mexico. And I was like, holy shit, this guy can do whatever the hell he wants. That must be nice.
Nice.
All walks of life.
Yep.
That celebration.
It binds us, brings us together.
Yep.
Hugh, you ready?
Yeah, well, you said gold standard, and I actually do have something gold related, and it's not almost getting shot at. Don't forget to bring that up, Jack.
Thank you.
We're actually going to talk about AT&T Gold Club. Now, I don't know. I think Paul might. No, actually, maybe you don't know any of this. Between 2000 and 2005, I worked for AT&T Business downtown as a sales rep, and during those years, a number of times I finished in the top. It was like 50 or 100 reps nationwide. And what they did is and that's for like the year. What they did is they took like the top 50 from, well, there was 4 call centers. So they took, I think 100 total. So it was like the top 25 from each call center or something. And they sent them on a trip. And the first year I went, that trip was to New Orleans. Now I was newly married to my first wife, but she was not 21 yet, so she was not allowed to come. So I was by myself. Okay, fly into New Orleans. Everything is paid for. When I say everything, I mean everything. We get there. The first thing we do is they have a banquet planned. They open up this door. We go into this banquet hall, and it is food stations and circus performers everywhere, like performing in the spaces between tables, and every kind of expensive food you can imagine, from shrimp to alligator to beef. I mean, just everything. All the drinks are free, several bars. They had different stations all over the place, the pasta station here, a sushi station there. And there were clowns and jugglers and people on bikes and fucking stilts and shit. It was nuts. Okay. So this is starting off great, but they're like, okay, when that's done, they're like, all right, everybody go to this one door at the hotel. So we go there, and they've got drinks, beers at one table, hurricanes at another. Grab as many as you can hold and get on the bus outside. We get on the bus, they drive us through town, and then when we get off, they've arranged a Mardi Gras parade just for us, and we are in the parade. We are walking in the parade with these tall stilt people around us and stuff. People are up on, balconies throwing beads and shit like that. And then at the end, it's like, hey, you know what? Hang out on Bourbon Street, and we'll have shuttles running back to the hotel until 3 a.m. Nice. And if you miss that, you're on your own. Next day, get up. They go into like a conference center. And I don't know if you guys remember this quite a few years ago now. There was an American astronaut who was on the Russian space station when it caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
He was our guest speaker.
Nice.
And he talked all about his stuff. And when it was done, we went back to our hotel room, and there was a signed copy of his book laying on our bed. And that was kind of neat. I mean, I didn't even know anything, but it was cool. I mean, it wasn't like a work thing, like, okay, we're going to talk about productivity. This is all fun. After that, okay, you have the day to go around. They let us pick some activities. I went a few places, and then we're all going to be meeting at this one place for dinner. So we get to this place for dinner, and it's a large kind of outdoor fenced off area. It's like private, but it's outdoors at the same time. Again, they have like buffet style stuff and all sorts of food. It wasn't a repeat of the previous night. It was different food, but it was amazing. And then about an hour or so into dinner, there's these sliding doors over on this one wall, and they open up, and there is Big Bad Voodoo Daddy there to give us a private concert. And they were a lot more relevant then. But that was fucking amazing. And of course, when we show up back at our hotel, there's a copy of their latest CD on our bed. And then the next day, I think we went home. There was a lot of imbibing there. So, I'm probably forgetting a lot of things. But that was like being treated like a king. That was fucking amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, you never told me that story. That's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went there. I went to Disney World. That was fun too, but it was not as that was more like, it was like, we'll fly you down to Disney World and you can get into the parks. They were very hands off. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Corbs, I'm assuming you don't have anything else to add since you just did your whole segment.
No, I'm good.
All right. Mine is, and I've discussed it plenty, is my Red Bank trip. Getting to experience all of the View Askew stuff. And it was awesome. Got to see all the things, got to meet all the guys that I hadn't met yet, or they hadn't remembered meeting me at least. So that was mine. It was a huge deal. Got to see all the spots where the filming was. I've been to the Quick Stop, did the stuff, brought people home shirts, stuff like that. So, not you, Jack.
You suck.
So that was mine. But we'll wrap that up quickly. For
Good
me,
topic, though. That was good.
thanks. Thank Corbs. He spurred that on. So let's move it on, guys. What have you been watching?
I watched Quantumania yesterday.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen that yet. Was it good?
Yeah. Oh man, you laughed at some of my jokes, which were directly from that. The whole "he should have seen that coming" shit.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't catch that.
Actually, several things, but yeah. And here's the thing. I enjoyed the movie a lot. It's a lot, and it's a lot of weird all at once. It's like, you know how the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are kind of out there.
Yep.
Well, this is like that kicked up to 11. There's a lot of out there in this movie, and I can see why it might have turned off more casual fans, because it was good, and it was great seeing these characters again. Michael Douglas was the funniest he's been in this series, but there was a lot of weird. And you really, if you hadn't been watching, like if you hadn't seen the previous movies, there were places where you were lost, like with MODOK.
Okay.
You would have, if you hadn't seen the first Ant-Man, you'd have no idea who this fucking MODOK guy is. The funny thing was, we're sitting here watching, they start talking about MODOK before he shows up, and Avery's like, no, that should be MODOK. And I'm like, no, it's MODOK. She's like, no, it's MODOK. I'm like, it's like a 50-year-old comic character. I know how to fucking spell it. Right? And I guess this is a good, for you, Paul, hopefully this isn't a spoiler, but when MODOK and Ant-Man come face to face for the first time, and he says who he is and what it stands for, he goes, oh, well, that would be MODOK. And Avery's like, see, I told you.
That's awesome.
But yeah, other than, trying to keep up with Naked and Afraid, because there's so many of those right now. Because every episode is 2 hours, plus they have the Alone spinoff, and it's like, we have enough time to watch that. I record the podcast, and then, tomorrow night will be Survivor, and I haven't been able to get to anything else. So
gotcha. Yeah, I've had no time this week between not being cognitively there and stuff.
I was going to say this. The season, probably series finale, Picard season 3 finale, will be available tomorrow. I gotta tell you that this show this season is kind of what I hoped it would have been from the start, but I can see that there are things they did from season 1 and 2 that they kind of had to do to bring this all together. This last season is really like the end of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Everybody is back together. And here's the thing. It's not like they just said, hey, let's bring in all the characters and have one last adventure. Because of what they went through before and the seeds they planted, every character earned their spot there. Like this last episode is when they all finally come together, and it all feels earned. It's not cheap. It's not what it could have been. They could have just gotten everyone together and we all would have been like, wee. But they really took their time, and it's I'm floored by how good this final season is.
Nice. I've heard good things about the last few episodes of the season.
You wouldn't think all these old characters, you wouldn't think they could recapture that magic, but it was good. But this last episode, I'm like, they actually did it. They've recaptured the magic of the original series. I don't know. I don't know if you were a fan. Did you watch Next Gen, Paul?
Here and there. I wasn't a hardcore by any stretch.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you could watch this without watching the first 2 seasons, but I will say, if you know any Star Trek fans, tell them that they need to be watching this. It really is fucking amazing.
Nice. Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm nowhere near caught up. That's on Paramount, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's cool because you're getting all these Star Trek characters and an occasional F-bomb. So.
Oh, I like it. Can't go wrong with the occasional F-bomb.
Yeah, it's kind of like Discovery was edgier Star Trek, but this feels natural. It feels like the old show with new sensibilities rather than just a Star Trek show with new sensibilities, which is a completely different thing. You know, new sensibilities are edgy, drama, things like that. This feels, it's not forced. It's like,
Cool.
yeah, that character would drop an F-bomb in that situation because it is fucked up.
Nice. All right. Kev, you want to hit it?
What?
What you have on the list for what we're watching?
Well, I watched the season finale for the Mandalorian.
All right.
Me too.
I have
And,
not yet. I didn't get there.
This is not a spoiler in any way, shape, or form, but I honestly feel like the entire series could end right here.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Good.
Nice. But it has been announced for another season already, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever they do, it's going to be just, fluff.
Got outstanding. I can't wait to watch. I'll probably get to watch it tomorrow.
I wonder if I can say this without spoiling it for you, Paul.
I probably already did.
The way you said
Okay.
it was really good.
Well, Kevin, something I noticed about this show today when I was watching it, while every other show has kind of gone with more current trends about how things end and how things go,
Yes.
this
I know what you're going to
felt
say.
okay. Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. They didn't feel the need to force anything into this.
I know exactly what you
Yeah.
mean, what you're
Mhm.
saying, and I completely agree.
Yeah,
Just
No.
you need to see it. You need
it
to
was
see
Can't
Very
wait to
well
watch.
Yeah. Are you watching
Outstanding.
anything else, Kev?
No, I mean we finished up Bad Batch. I mean the wife is watching Clone Wars, so I'm watching that with her. Not every episode, but I love catching them when I can, and I love hearing what she's saying about Anakin, what she's saying about Ahsoka, what she's saying about the Empire, what she's realizing about the Emperor, Dooku. She's learning all these characters and she's learning them in a completely different way. And that's what you get out of Clone Wars.
Give
Nice.
Kathy, when she's done, watch Rebels. That'll help her with Ahsoka.
She will. She will.
She'll love
Definitely
it.
will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I got some for you, Paul.
Okay.
So this was pretty cool. Another part of my birthday present. One of my buddies, he bought. You'll like this too, Corbs. He bought tickets for the movie Air. So I went to see that movie this past weekend. It was really cool. It was my buddy Emily and I to go see the movie. And he's like, "Okay, cool, dude. I bought 5 tickets." I'm like, "Why'd you buy 5 tickets?" He's like, "Dude, I don't want someone sitting fucking next to us."
well, especially with only 2 people.
No, it was gonna be my buddy Emily and I, so 3
Yeah,
people.
my buddy Emily and I.
Whatever. And then he calls me the morning of. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling good." So now we're down to 2. So we have these 3 seats. So I thought it was kind of cool. But if you guys honestly, I know it's a sports movie, but great movie. Matt Damon, Jason Bateman, Ben Affleck. It follows the story of Sonny Vaccaro. He led Nike to sign Michael Jordan the likeness for the Jordan shoe, basically. But it was pretty cool. That Viola Davis played Michael Jordan's mom, and Ben Affleck actually spoke to Michael Jordan. He's like, I want her to play my mom for this movie, which is really cool for this movie, which is really neat. And this isn't a spoiler, but at the end of like some sports movies, they say where they are now and all that. Matt Damon's wearing a fat suit because Sonny is a fatter guy, basically. And he is running a track like in Los Angeles. He gets maybe 2 feet. He's like, "Oh, fuck. I can't do this. Why do people enjoy this? I just can't do this. Oh my God." Like he's just like, "Fuck, I can't do this." And then the movie goes this black and all that. But it was just really cool how he interacts with the stuff, because like you see all these cool like basketball players like, okay, what about John Stockton or Charles Barkley or something like that? But Jason Bateman's character is like plays a great part. But Matt Damon, Ben Affleck directed the movie, and he plays the CEO of like Nike and all that stuff. And because Michael Jordan wants to, like, he's getting ready to sign and all that stuff, but he wants some of the profit. And then Ben Affleck's, you know what? He says this right to Matt Damon. He's like, "You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it." So I always like to live by quotes. So there's a really cool quote that I liked, and it was like, a shoe is not a shoe until someone steps into it. So I was like, wow, that was really cool. So
You could say the same about dog shit.
you can, but no,
You can say dog shit's a shoe. What is your fashion sense, dude?
Dog shit's not dog shit until someone steps in it.
But that's demonstrably false.
But Corbs, that movie has everything up your alley because I know you love Michael Jordan and that you would love to see that movie. So literally the whole time, like we're watching it, and it was just like from start to finish. It was only 2 hours long, but I was like, wow, that went by so fast. It was and it has got the 80s type feels. Like it was set in 84, so they had all the 80s songs from 84 in there. So like Mike and the Mechanics, All I Need Is a Miracle was in it. So I'm like, this is really cool. So really good movie.
Yeah, there's some history back there. You know that Nike originally wanted Magic Johnson.
Yes, they did.
And he passed it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He signed with Converse instead because Nike wasn't a big name. Magic Johnson has said that's the one biggest mistake he's made in his professional life was signing with Nike. If he just signed with Nike instead of Converse, he would have made something like $6 billion or something like that.
Damn. Wow.
He left that on the table when he decided to sign with Converse.
He doesn't count the whole AIDS thing as a regret.
He's HIV positive, but he's still.
No, he's talking more business.
Oh.
This is not personal, but business.
Seems like that affected his business too.
It did.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
So
marketability went right to the shitter.
So yeah, it's a movie I want to see, Jack. So
you would definitely enjoy that for sure. It was very well done. Like you're watching it the whole time. Like he goes like from Nike's headquarters and drives all the way to North Carolina, and he's fighting with Michael Jordan's like his agent on the phone, and you're just laughing the whole time. He's like, wait, you overstepped my bounds. You went to go see him. You sick son of a bitch. Like they're screaming at Matt Damon's just laughing the whole time. And Ben Affleck's, where are you right now? He's like, I kind of drove to North Carolina. He's like, you did what? He's like, I'll see you in a couple days. He's like, this car has a car phone. And he's like, what the fuck? Where are you, man? It was just really well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
all right. Am I the last one? Because I said I haven't really gotten a chance to watch anything.
There you go.
So that's.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to watch anything. The only thing I did is went and saw the Super Mario Brothers movie took my son before I went on my trip. So
nice. Anything to add with that, or is it what we would expect?
No, it's pretty good from what I remember and what I saw because I kind of fell asleep in the middle.
Well, that's never a good sign.
That's very telling.
The movie was good.
Enough.
The fact that I fell asleep was just the fact that I was tired because I had to sleep the night before because I was kind of amped up about leaving. So
I did hear Corbs, if they do make a sequel, they want Pedro Pascal to play Wario. That is a rumor.
I'm sure. I tell you right now there will be a sequel.
But Hugh, not what we're watching related. Did you have something you wanted to bring up?
Well, Jack, you could just say it. Don't act like we haven't been talking about it the whole show. That's just weird.
We're asking you about it.
I honestly forgot about it. That's why I said
That's why I reminded you. Okay, yes. So, interesting story happens to me last week. Now, you guys, Paul knows where I live. I don't think you guys do. But if you come out of my driveway, make a right, 2 houses down, make another right, you're on Sealy, which turns into Midler. If you may take your next left, which is like a quarter of a block away, that's Fayette Street. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but this street goes all the way downtown. But when you get down that street several blocks, it turns into a bad part of the city. Okay. A place that you don't want to go. And not even trying to be mean to those people. It's not their fault. That's just how it is. So Avery has a school friend who lives on that first block. Okay. And I'm not worried about that. I would walk on that block. But I picked them up. We're basically, her and this boy are both in the school play. So we've been trading off, picking them up, us and her parents and, or his parents. And last week, while Damara was gone, I was doing it. So I pick them up, I pull into their driveway. Okay. And Cameron gets out and he goes in the house and everything's good. And I go to Avery because, I'm like, we're going to go fishing later. We've been trying to go fishing, earlier in the week and things didn't work out. I'm like, hey, listen, before we go, your meds are in the cooler in the back and there's a soda back there. So she gets up, she goes back, and then there was this whole production. I can't find it. Well, look harder. It's behind the. Basically, we're sitting there for a couple minutes while she's finally finding the medicine, getting the Mountain Dew, taking her meds, and then getting herself buckled in. And while I'm looking back to watch her to see if she's buckled in, I see this, and my wife would say, does it matter what color he was? But to the story, probably it kind of does. It was this black kid coming down the street, heading down towards the bad part of town. He's just walking. He looks like he's school age, maybe 13, 14. I didn't think anything of it. He gets to our car, and instead of going around us, because we're kind of at the end of the driveway, he goes up and around. And at first I'm like, well, that's not too weird. I've been in situations where it looked like someone was going to pull out, so I go around the front of their car instead of the back because I don't want to get run over, right? That's when I'm not thinking anything until I see him get to the front of our car, and he's like this, and he gets down in front of our car, and then he looks up, and I hear music blaring, and there's a car blaring music coming up from that bad part of town. And this kid stands up. He's peeking around our car. Then he runs down their driveway, and then he comes over and hugs a wall and gets behind something, and he's watching. And the car goes by. The music fades, and he takes off. And I'm like, holy shit. That was nearly a drive-by shooting, and we were nearly in the middle of it. And you can't convince me that anything else was going on there. That kid was scared for his life. Maybe they didn't have guns. Maybe they were going to get out and beat him with baseball clubs or golf clubs or baseball bats. I don't know. But given where we were, I'm pretty sure that we narrowly avoided getting shot.
Fudge.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I'm trying to convince Avery. She's like, oh, maybe he was just checking out the driveway. Maybe he dropped something. Maybe those were friends that he wanted to surprise and hide from. She just refuses to acknowledge the reality of the situation.
No fun. No, that's not. No.
Sorry about that.
I was legit scared.
Mm-hmm. As you should be.
That moment of realization when I realized what was going on, it's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, it was.
And I think that's a good way to end the show right there.
Yeah.
Agree.
Agreed.
All right. Well, in that case, let's wrap this thing up.
You dropping nuggets?
Yes. To me, drink responsibly means don't spill your fucking drink. Good night, everybody, and megabyte me, bitches.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.